In the past year, we've helped over 100 therapists fill their practice fast. My name is Griffin Malice, and my goal is to help you build your dream practice as well. To help you reach $8,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, even $20,000 per month in private practice. In order to do that, you need to know how to fill your private practice fast. You need the skill sets, the beliefs to do so. This is what's going to stop that feeling of uncertainty where you don't know where your next client's going to come from. You don't know if you're going to be able to continue making the money you're making. You don't know if you'll ever be able to grow it. These are the skills that I'm going to teach you in this video to do so. Now, for example, I had a client just last week email me this. She got 12 inquiries in 1 week, got 5 new clients just from a little tactic that we implemented within her business. There's actually 2 different things. We had advertising and we gave her a little tactic to use. What's incredibly powerful about this, 5 clients, if they're weekly clients at $150 an hour, that's like $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month that you add to your practice. Boom, like that, snap of a finger. But we've seen this happen hundreds and hundreds of times over the course of the last 4 or 5 years. It's not magic. It's just putting like core principles in place that are going to fill up your business. All right, so let me break down how to fill your practice fast. Okay, we're going to jump into this. This is the difference between direct response versus brand. Okay, I'm gonna explain these things for you so you get it. The thing that's gonna fill your private practice fast is marketing. For example, if you move to a new state, nobody knows you, to a new city, you open up your practice, the likelihood people are gonna reach out is pretty much zero, right? If nobody knows you and you don't do anything, nothing's gonna happen, right? On the other hand, if you do marketing, you let people know that you exist, you put out good quality messaging, the likelihood that people are gonna reach out is high, okay? If you're providing a service people need, like therapy, there's gonna be demand for it. You just have to access that demand, okay? Now, we can access that in a couple of different ways. Within this, I'm gonna show you, we've got direct response and we've got brand, okay? These are different ways to market. Brand is your association in other people's minds. If you think about building relationships, if you think about doing high quality work within your community for the long term, that's what brand is, okay? Brand is the best way to keep a practice full. It's not always the best way in the beginning. Word of mouth is what we want with the business, but if nobody knows you exist, how do you start the word of mouth going? Okay, you need your first couple of clients to build the word of mouth. So brand is what you build over time. This is how you become known. This is doing really high quality work. For example, my co-founder, Wyndon, has done 10 years of work in her community, working with trauma. And if she shut off all her marketing tomorrow, she'd be full for probably 5-10 years more just because of the quality of work that she does and because everyone knows her name and wants to work with her. On the other hand, how did she build the practice in the beginning? That's direct response. And so how do we use this to fill the practice? What is it? Let me walk through that. So direct response is essentially formed by a bunch of marketers. It's a term for we are creating copywriting with the exact goal of getting someone to respond to us. So for example, there used to be mailed letters that companies would send to people's doors to tell them to buy some product. The quality of the writing in that product would cause someone get off the couch, call the number, put their credit card in to buy something. I mean, they might have mailed cash back in the day. Now we can use the principles of direct response to grow your business too. Now, for example, 4 years ago, I was struggling to build your practice, as I was struggling to get this off the ground, as I was learning a new thing, which was Facebook advertising for me. I spent a long time trying and testing things out before I decided to go all in on building really, really great quality marketing. So what I did is I read this book called Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy, and I spent about 4 days writing what's called a sales letter. It's just basically a 5-minute video, the presentation, where I'm writing very specific words to try to engage emotion. I launched that with paid advertising and we got 3 new clients within about 2 days. It was amazing to me. I had done many things like this. I'm a pretty good marketer, I have to say, but I really hadn't seen how much quality impacts the results that you get. So direct response is really about writing to cause action in people, right? You're writing to try and get people to move. How do we use this for a therapy practice? I'm going to kind of break down some practical application that we can use. Okay, first I'm going to explain the functions of the business. If you didn't know before, I explain this on group calls a lot with our clinicians. We've got lead generation. We have got lead nurture. We have got lead conversion. We're going to also have fulfillment. All right. Your business functions like this. You've got lead generation, you've got lead nurture, you've got lead conversion, you've got fulfillment. If you are missing any of these areas, you're going to struggle to grow the business. So for example, if we have really great direct response, we have great marketing, getting new clients in the door, but you don't know how to talk to them on the phone, or you feel really scared about your rate, until we fix that, you're not going to fill up the practice. Okay. It's important to understand that we got to find what's missing for you, and then we have to solve it. But it doesn't matter how good you are on the phone if nobody's calling in the first place, right? So usually we have to start over here, lead generation. Okay, let me show you some examples of what good looks like on all of these. For example, if you have a Psychology Today profile, you have great writing on your profile. So people are reaching out to you because they resonate with the words that you're putting out. They feel like you're speaking exactly to them. That'd be a great example of lead generation. Once they email you, emailing them back quickly, giving them a call, that's called lead nurture, getting them onto the phone. This is a skill in itself. If you take 4 days to respond to people, you're going to miss out on 50, 80% of your potential clients simply because you didn't have speed. Lead nurture is really important. From there, lead conversion, having a great call where you are the expert. You're leading them down a path towards wanting to work with you, even though they probably already came in with some idea of it. You're helping to confirm that. You're helping to sell the vacation of where they want to be. You're strong in talking about your rate. That is how we can successfully fill up a practice. We just need to generate 15 inquiries really quickly. So when we want to fill a practice fast, the question is, how are we going to get a bunch of people to inquire really quickly? Okay, let me show you an example that I broke down on a call the other day. We run Google advertising for therapists. The reason is we found it works super consistently, and it's a system that once we build can work for many years. I have a client right now who gets 100 inquiries per month, every single month. Him and his wife, they're building out a group practice from that. But it's because we have a system with great writing that people are consistently seeing. Now, the thing that I told our clients is that the campaigns don't work with 1 click equals 1 inquiry. In fact, one of the strategies that we're using is we're trying to get a lot of people to our pages of the website so that a certain percentage of them are going to reach out. We never have 50% of the people who come to your website that reach out. It's usually more like 5 or 10%. So if we want a 5% conversion and we want to get 10 inquiries, we're going to multiply 10 by 20. Trust me, this is math. That's hard for some people, but I can do it pretty good. That means we need 200 people to click to a page to potentially get 10 people to inquire. 200 people that are already interested in what you are providing. Let's say they're clicking on EMDR therapy for 10 people to reach out. I'm sharing this example to say any strategy that you want to use, you need to focus on this. Okay, how do I get 200 people to click to my website? If there's 200 clicks, I'll show you another example. We might see a 5% click-through rate on an ad. This means that 1 out of 20 people who see an ad is actually going to click on it. So we have to multiply this by 20 again. We get 4,000 impressions. So if we want 10 inquiries, we're going to convert 5 of them. We need 4,000 people to see our advertising on Google Ads, for example. The thing is, it's going to be the exact same thing for any other way that you're marketing your practice. You need to have great quality pictures on your Psychology Today so people are coming and stopping by your profile more often or stopping their scroll. You need to have good writing across your different profiles. If you're using social media, if you post something and only 10 people can see it, the likelihood it's going to work is very low. So you need to focus on getting a high volume of people. So as an example, the other day I was working with a client. She has a huge Instagram following and she can get 2,000 or 3,000 views on a story for every time she posts a story. Now she was having a problem where she wasn't getting any clients even though she had this big Instagram following. So what do we focus on? We already had this, which was the high number of impressions, 2,000, 3,000 interested people. So what did we do? We worked on the copywriting, okay? And I'll break this down. This is the equation to ultimately fill up your practice. So for her, we had 2,000 views. And what we did on Instagram was we experimented with having a poll to engage people and then having a call to action, CTA. Okay, what's a call to action? It's a, if you're looking for help, I have a couple of spots open on my caseload. Reach out today for a free consultation. Now, what is this? It's very simple. You are telling people what to do. You're saying, if you are looking for a therapist, if you've been struggling for a long time, you want some help, reach out now. Okay, that's an example of a call to action. If we can get 2,000 people in your local community to see that, boom, we can get 4 people, 5 people really quickly. This is where the brain starts turning in terms of different ways that we could do this. We had a brainstorming exercise with a lot of our clinicians a couple of weeks ago where we talked about this. And what are some examples? You go to a networking event with 50 people who you connect with who have their own community. Okay, that might be a way to access a couple thousand people, just having a strong message. If you post something on social media, if you know how to do it effectively, there's ways to get in front of thousands and thousands of people within your local community. If you join on 5 directories or 10 directories, the likelihood something's going to happen is faster. If you launch paid advertising and you can get in front of 5,000 people and you can have a good quality budget, you have a high quality landing page for people to convert to, the likelihood you're going to get 5 or 10 people is really high. Okay. This is the point of this is you need to figure out if you really want to fill the practice fast, how do you get out in front of people? Okay. How do you do things that are going to engage people, that are going to make them want to come your way? Once you know how to get in front of a lot of people, the messaging is really important. I would say if you're going to do a call to action, let me add one more thing. You just want simple copy. We're going to go like this. Empathy plus call to action. Empathy, it's hard for therapists sometimes, but you should be really great at copywriting. Just think about what people tell you in a session. Think about what they say. I feel like I'm stuck in a loop. I feel like I'm in this pattern that I can't break. Speak to that. If you're feeling this way, if you are struggling with this, you don't see a way out, if it's felt like it's been years and you don't know what's causing this, there is a solution. I'm here to tell you, there are ways that we can move past this. Feel free to reach out, send me an email or schedule a consultation on my website, and I'm happy to help you. That's a basic example of empathy plus a call to action. This is good quality writing that, again, you can workshop it more to be for your practice, but if you do this enough, you get in front of thousands and thousands of people, the practice is going to fill really quickly. This is exactly what we're doing with our clients. We're writing some of the writing for them, or we're teaching them some of the tactics, some of the strategies, and how much of things that they need to do to fill up their practice. Because if you want to make 10,000 a month, you might need 35 clients between weekly and bi-weekly clients. So you have to do a lot of this stuff. But I'm here to tell you, it doesn't take years. I was talking with a client yesterday who said that she got about 10 clients within her first month of working with us. I think it was a month or 2. And she was talking with a friend who had built her practice many, many years ago. Her friend told her, you got to where it took me about 3 years to get to where you got in 2-3 months. The reason was she used some of the strategies that we implemented to grow her practice fast. She didn't take the traditional advice, which was to sit back and wait. She took action. She put herself out there. She let people know that she existed, and all of a sudden they came in. In addition to that, we helped her increase her rate from 95 to 120 to 175, and she saw the reward of that. I think it was 150. I think she's going to soon be at 175. But she saw her income skyrocket in addition to having those new clients. Okay, so you can do it too. Now, if you've gotten this far, if you just want us to install our system for you, if you just want to go really, really fast, what I'd recommend is go in the link in the bio. There's going to be an application that you can fill out to work with our team. Okay, we don't take on everyone. We are pretty limited per quarter to how many clinicians we can work with. I think it's about 100 per quarter. But what we can do for you is within about 7 days, install these systems and kind of give you the coaching and guidance to fill your practice fast. This is for you if you want to hit 8,000, 10,000, 15,000 a month in the private practice. All right, so if that's you, click below. Otherwise, see you in the next video.